$2. Where is the bidet? I'm waiting for the re-release. Okay, I haven't talked about this. I've been keeping this to myself for a while, but I have some big news. Guys, I'm done selling bidets. I quit. I've quit as a bidet salesman. I've called it. I've thrown in the towel. I sold bidets for years. I think with wonderful branding, and it was top of the line products. I think we really had some good products we were selling. There was one issue though. We were not the ones making the product. Okay. So generally there's two types of ways that products are created, like firsthand by the people selling it, or white labeled. Okay. Drop sold, drop shipped, whatever you want to call it. We were working with a company buying. It wasn't as bad as drop ship. I guess I would differentiate drop shipping from white label production, because white label production, I'm basically putting an order into a company that makes bidets for like 10,000 units. They sell to me at a big discount because I'm getting so many that I sell them to you guys. Okay. As opposed to drop shipping, which is kind of like just rerouting, whatever. So anyway, that's what I was doing, right? And the issue is we did great. I sold a fuck ton of bidets. I sold 10,000 bidets in 30 days. That's a lot. That is a lot of bidet. It was like, I'm trying to do the math right now. We sold like $1 million+ of bidets, but there wasn't a way to improve it. And that's what kept gnawing at me. I could make it fancier by going for a higher item. I could make the branding flashier. I could put more money into marketing, but I couldn't make the product cheaper or better than a competitor because I didn't own a bidet manufacturer. I just owned capital to be able to purchase bidets and then sell them back. And so, like, my goal ultimately is that I think bidets are very cool. I think every human on earth should have a bidet. I think that. They're fucking cheap. Factually, they are just cheap products. They don't need to be replaced very often, and they make you just cleaner. They make you more hygienic. Everyone should have a bidet. Everyone should have one. But I was not providing something in the bidet marketplace that I think was like special, unique. I was basically just throwing my name onto an already existing bidet for the same price, by the way, because there was no way for me to make it cheaper because I had pretty bad margins on it. I was not making a lot of money on these bidets. Now, I'm still happy with how many people I convinced to get bidets. I think in the whole run, we sold, I think probably 25,000 bidets or something. Not to mention the amount of people I've convinced to get a bidet, but they didn't get my bidet, But for me to go further, I basically had to buy out a manufacturer of bidets in probably China or Korea and then enter a whole different business, which I don't think I was ready for. I don't think I was ready to own a bidet manufacturer because we're not making the best bidets in the world in the US. Our manufacturing of bidets isn't very high. So I don't think I was ready to enter that. And you know what? I won't lie. I'm happy because if I had kept doing what I was doing, holy shit, tariffs would have fucked me. I got out at the right time. The tariffs would have been crazy. They would have been crazy. So we got lucky on that front. But a lot of people are asking for recommendations. You can get bidets from the company that we got bidets from directly. They also have like their own upcharge, right? I'm trying to think of what's the upcharge? It was pretty small for ours, I won't lie. We had a pretty low margin for at least the cheap bidet. For the expensive bidet, I gouged rich people, but that's because, that's what you're supposed to do in a business. I'm blanking on the company name. Who knows it? I don't know why you guys would know it. Brondell, thank you. Brondell was our manufacturer, and I think they make a lot of great options for bidets. So if you're in the market for a bidet, I mean, you don't have to go with them, but Brondell has a lot of options. From $2,000 insane bidet that you'd see at a 5-star Japanese restaurant to, much simpler, much cheaper bidets. Yeah, we use the Swash. This was the exact bidet model we used, but with our own branding. So you can see we sold them for the same price. And then I think the one that we used that was the attachment model was similar to this one, the Fresh Spa Thin Line. I think it was this one right here, actually. So anyway, that's it. That's it. I'm out of the bidet business. I'm out of the bidet business, boys. There it is. I don't think I'll get back in. It was a good ride. The only reason I'd get back in is if I genuinely thought I had a product that I was able to make cheaper or better than a competitor. That would be why. If I come out with a new bidet, it's because I've purchased a bidet company and I'm able to do it better for you guys. So I'm actually competing in the marketplace as opposed to you just purchasing it from me because I am Ludwig and I'm telling you to. You know what I'm saying? Still get a bidet, please. I got a Brondell bidet from Costco. Yeah, they're fire. I'm not sure what you're talking about because I am not caught up.
Happy 2 years.
Due to school. Why are you talking about bidets? You'll watch the Ludwin video and you'll get everything. Shout out Ludwin. Anyway, that's the plan. That's the game plan, is I'm going to stick to what we have been doing, which is amazing merch. I think our merch is top notch. I think our merch is killing it. And if I sell something, it'll be because I think I'm doing it better or it's different or unique or whatever. Like, I think the best, and we've already talked about this, but the best YouTuber merch product. Wait, there's new merch out right now? What? Is there? Wait, there is. What the hell? We have the Mogul Basic. Oh my God, this is the Nick Yingling collection. I can't believe the Nick Yingling collection's out. Nick Yingling begged for this collection. He begged for it. He said, all I want is a black t-shirt that says Mogul on it, and I want 100 of them. And then Aiden's like, I can't just print you 100 shirts. And Aiden had to deal with Yingo. I mean, I'm saying beg, and I'm not lying. I'm not underselling. Beg every day. And apparently he made it happen. So anyway, if you guys want to support Nick Yingling and Mogul Moves, we have a new merch collection. It's our basics collection. Just a black tee that says Mogul and a black hat that says Mogul on it. Available now for the low price of $30. He should get a raise for this. Look, Yingling got a raise. I don't need to hear Yingling needs a raise. He got a raise. It was called PSL versus FaZe, a donation directly from the FaZe clan members. Give Tim a raise? Tim does not. Guys, first off, am not giving raises based off who Twitch chat asks for me to give a raise to. That is generally not how it works. A raise is something reoccurring. Call it a bonus then. Tim fixed the mic. I fixed the mic. It was me. I did it. I did it today. I spent 30 minutes on it. Give Slime a raise? He doesn't even work for me. Hello, Ludwig. I've been enjoying editing for videos for people. I don't know how much I should charge for editing for them. Ooh. How much should you charge for editing? Here's the most important thing that people struggle to do. They struggle to set an agreement before working on something. Big mistake. If you're gonna work on something, you need to make an agreement for how much you're gonna be paid before you start working on the thing. And that goes for both sides of the equation. That goes for both if you are the person who's working on it and the person paying for what's being worked on. And I see a lot, and I have a lot of editors that I speak with. I think they're all scared to talk about how much they want to get paid. I think they're just excited at the opportunity, and they feel like if they ask for $1, that the opportunity is going to slip. And you know what I also experience is people who say, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll do it for free." And do you know what I say to people who say that? Then I'm not going to work with you. I won't work with someone who's not willing to get paid for their work. Because here's the thing. Should you pay for work that is good? Yes. Do I want work that is good? Yes. So if you're not willing to get paid, then you're not making good work in my mind. If you're not willing to get paid for your own work, then how should I trust that product? I can't trust you if you're not even willing to get paid for it. I don't do free work. I don't do it. So anyway, what you should get paid honestly depends, right? It depends on the means of the person that you're working for. You can't charge the same price that you would to me as an editor that you would to a streamer with 150 viewers because they can't afford that, you know? So there has to be a balance. What I would think is the best option is getting yourself a combo flat payment plus percentage of revenue of the video, which gives yourself the room to grow upwards, right? That salary will increase inherently if your work is successful, but also give you a floor that, you know, you're making enough money to do what you want to do. What that is, I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are. It really, it's so different. It's so different for everybody. Depends if you're doing long form, if you're doing short form, the amount of editing you're putting in. I'm anti-hourly personally. I think hourly for editing is kind of dumb personally. I'm not a big fan. But most people who I hire to edit, I give a percentage. Almost I think literally everyone who I hire, I give a percentage. The percentage depends. But at the very least, 10%, and I would say at the most, like 50%. Anywhere in between there. 10 and 50, that's what I would say. Anyway, good luck. Have a conversation. And don't be afraid to throw out a number. People shouldn't buckle at a number. How much do you pay for the editing? Again, it depends. I don't pay there's not a flat thing. What I pay for a main channel Ludwig video is different from a Ludwig video, which is different from a short, which is different from a reel. Like, these are all different numbers. Obviously, I'm not paying someone editing a TikTok the same as somebody editing the vlog of me doing tip to tip. That makes sense. Would it make sense to pay the same? 50% is crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's, look, I think it would be maybe not the greatest decision from the YouTuber's perspective, but there are plenty of YouTubers who give their editors 50% of their channel revenue. If you are the manager, editor, thumbnail maker, and pulling the clips and doing all of that work, you can probably find yourself getting 50% for sure. And I think 50% for short form content makes a lot of sense because it doesn't pay that much anyway, you know? So if it's like lower than that, you're really not getting paid that much.